Into another run we go. What will the Crossroads have on offer? We're playing on a new hotfix. There have been some minor changes. The perhaps biggest change that came with this new update, which I'm rather excited for, is optional fights that come with a benefit that is a debuff to enemies are no longer resistible. So that's something that has been frustrating. I would almost always pick positive tokens over negative tokens because the blind would just not land. And having that early blind can be insanely beneficial. They also nerfed Footman's Grog, which makes going to the general slightly less alluring. The 25% damage reduction on it has been removed, making it a far less exciting trinket. But what, oh what, are we going to have on offer this time? I do like a good Warlock. Slayer of Fanatics, flawed release we would have to burn off. That's a bit of a bummer. An Evasive Leper is something. We have not run a Jester in a while, so we might pick that up, but I'm a little sad to see that they are a Wanderer as well. An anime shirt. I want to see a Deacon wearing an anime shirt for sure. Hatred of Cosmic again. We got double Hatred of Cosmic here. That's at least a little curious, but the Runaway is also doesn't have a lot of interesting things going on. Oh, that's interesting. Why does this now have a description on it? So for some reason, Sprained Wrist has verbiage and a minus 10% damage. Ooh, we do have a Hellion with Jinx, though. That's a fun one to play around with. Why is everyone nervous? We have 2 Nervouses in the roster as well. But we have the Bulwark again. I had a lot of fun with the Bulwark the last time that we ran them. But the Jinx is also very tempting here. We have a Deadeye Grave Robber. Oh, and the Physician enters the chat. I did not like the Physician the last time that we played them. The Blight and Bleed skills are a pretty huge detriment.
Indiscriminate science.
I do have an interest though still in making that work. But something like this, maybe? I don't know. So I like the idea of playing with the Jinx. The Bulwark is definitely a more... Yes, Plague Doctor is normally good, but I would say the Physician is the least strong of the cast of characters. Although the 15% stress reduction might be a lot more beneficial than I've historically given it credit as we face heralds and the like. I don't love the idea of putting a Deadeye in slot 2 either. The Physician. How does the Physician do if we put them in like the front rank? That seems like a bad idea. I want to go with this composition. I'm a little sad. We had a Bulwark run recently. Being able to use Stand Fast is better, but I think there's something fun about going for the Jinx. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to have some stress problems due to Nervous, but I think this will be an interesting crew. I'm a little concerned, admittedly, because we are once again not taking full advantage of the strength available to us. This is a reasonably meta comp. I will cop to that. We've had some good conversations about meta comps in the comments, and this is more meta comp than some of them. But I think the Physician is an interesting one. I want to play a bit more with it. And then this is a 10% increase in HP at the cost of 3% crit. That's probably fine. Yeah, for now we'll do that. We got the telescope for a little bit of scouting. That's useful, especially early game. If it means we don't miss a creature den or something of that nature, I think it can be good. Yes, indeed, Ryan. It most certainly is. Welcome to Cultist Orientation 101. Step 1: do not gaze at the exemplar, or he will ruin you. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Ryan. I think this might be the first time that I have seen you. If you've been around before, I apologize. But yeah, we'll be getting our hands dirty with some cultists. We picked up some unconventional characters, specifically Boudica, I would say. I'm very excited because she is the Jinx, which is a very fun thing to have on your taunts because it distributes some nice vulnerables and whatnot. I forgot to change skills though. I should probably have done that. That sounds like a thing I should have done. Seems like it's not going to matter in this particular case. Oh, excellent! Thank you so much for tuning in live. It is always a pleasure to see someone show up who has previously caught them asynchronously and is now coming in to say hi. I super appreciate that, and yeah, I was quite pleased with our first run on the new patch, but the scuttlebutt is that I got pretty lucky with some blinds and things like that, and the exemplar is a far nastier beast than I give him credit for. So we will see if that is in fact true or not. Let's see. Hard to say no to the whiskey barrel. I think Whiskey Barrel and 2 Smoke Bombs is the purchase here. Smoke Bombs remain the strongest thing. Watch this Whiskey Barrel ruin us, though. 1 bad, 2 bad, 3 bad. Yep, that was a 50-50. Not the 66-33 that it was supposed to be. And then, given that Audrey's in the front at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and do that. First mastery point. There's a lot of good options, but I think Inspiring Tune is the option. And then let's do skills really quickly. We can do the Wainwright. We're not gonna go Infernal Flame quite yet. Ooh, this is a tough one. Praise the Sun and In the Light are both really good. Skipping the Sluice, it has an opportunity cost associated with it, but 2 mastery for keeping the flame above 40. That's very hard for us to guarantee. But 2 mastery is quite beneficial. That's more than the expected value from going to the Sluice from my experience. But the Sluice is also going to give us some baubles and things. So I think I'm probably going to do the Sluice because it's a free zone. I have a hard time with it too, Cat Spoons. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see. So let's do skills really quickly. We're gonna go to the Sluice. So I think if it bleeds and Barbaric Yawp are not gonna be that interesting to us. I do want to keep Toe to Toe, Howling End, and at least for the moment, I think Bloodlust. Over here, we want Dead of Night. Pick to the Face is not too important. I think if we end up in the front, we'll use Pirouette to get to the back. Praise the Sun is a reference to oh, I'm blanking on the game. It's an emote in Dark Souls, right? I swear I said that slightly before you mentioned it, Zach, but we are on the same page. And then Noxious Blast is not going to be doing us much good. And neither is Incision. So I think we go heavy on Emboldening Vapors and Disorienting Blast. Like, I think this is the build initially, at least. All right. let's get into the sluice and hope we don't get absolutely ruined. Solaire from Astora. There we go. Yes. Someday, I may play a Dark Souls game. I have not to this point in my life, but that just makes me ripe for a blind playthrough, maybe as a milestone in my maturation as a streamer. I can do a blind playthrough of one of the Dark Souls games. We certainly talk about the Dark Souls games enough. There you go, Ryan. That's okay, so this is what I was talking about at the beginning. One of the big hotfix changes here is that this blind token that's being granted here is no longer resistible. So let's give that a go. As much as I want to push Boudica forward, I think that getting the blind token here is going to be good for business. I'm going to hit the one that has some work to be done. What is dazing you? Did I? Oh, anemic, my favorite. Yeah, now we'll just use Sarmenti to reduce some dodge. Oh, that did reduce the dodge. It was just delayed. It certainly is. It has a long and illustrious history. And then I'm going to use toe-to-toe to put up some defend here, strip away the last block token, because I want Jinx to have an opportunity to shine. But I don't know what... I'm unclear at this point. Nice. I'm unclear at this point what I'm going to be doing with my Plague Doctor. So Disorienting Blast, hold on. So I want to read this. So Disorienting Blast at the moment, Peacemaker and Sunny Disposition, dang. So this is plus 20% stun chance on Disorienting Blast. So it is not until we get the upgrade that comes with, can I see the upgrade in here? Yeah, so it's not until we get stun chance that the stun chance's chance is increased. So for the time being, that's not particularly valuable. So I'm going to go for ounce, a little bit of ounce spam here, because it does come with some stress resist now. So that's going to be potentially useful. Their dodges are doing nothing at the moment. I'm quite heartened by that. Random BS go. Sounds about right, Zach. Sounds about right. 28. 8 to 14 doesn't feel great. I think probably just keep that stun rolling so that we know where all the attacks are going. So much for ounce of prevention. No travel healing. That's gonna be a little spicy initially here. Let's see. Disorienting Blast doesn't come. It does come with a weaken, and if we push him back, if he gets shuffled backwards, that will be that would have been useful, because it would have mean that he would have done Goring Flight instead of targeting likely both of the frontliners. Yeah. We're gonna have to be careful with Boudica. For sure. Not the hit I imagined, but that's okay.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Now, unfortunately, doesn't really matter if we move this one forward or not. We do so little damage. I think getting rid of this, as sad as it is, given that she's not going to be so do we kill this guy? I think we go for the proc here. As much as I hate to do it, we potentially get some stress healing. We leave this guy, but he has a blind, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think that was better than the alternative. The Nervuses are tearing us apart a little bit here. I don't like that you can't battle ballad the front row. That's a downright shame. I didn't want to shuffle this guy, but I think it's fine. The daze prevents a little bit of damage. Hey, Elaine, welcome to the stream. That 4-point hit was far less than I hoped for. Wasting disease is going to be a little messy, though. No, lots of baubles off that one, but no, no other goodies, no mastery, no very few relics. We've already been stung by the whiskey barrel not doing work for us, so. So we're hoping if we come up with 2 mastery, this will have been worth it. If we come up against a skeever, nothing was worth it. Disaster. You hate to see it. How much is this going to hit for? 6 to 11? That's not a kill on either of them. So I think we just go for the skeever. The skeever is scary.
An unavoidable end.
Now, unfortunately, we can't do a lot more work on this guy. I think Ounce is the best play here. Slot 3 is an awkward slot for us, for sure. Probably gonna do the all back line, cripple them, yeah. That's to be expected. No, we did get a resist there. That's why I put Ounce on the bar. Try and shuffle this guy forward. Yeah, that's good. That's good for business. The Jinx applies some combo. Now let's see. I want to check on the skeever. In slot 2, you can spit roast the front line. You can still cripple them, or you can Goring Flight. I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna spend. I'm not gonna spend the vulnerable because we can get more out of that elsewhere. Two and 7. This looks like a fade to black if ever I've seen one. Yeah, good enough. Slice, 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 says Sarmenti. Would love for someone to tip over that obnoxious 5-point stress issue. The stress resist is not as bad as I expected. I will say, in what world does the physician not get plus healing? I can't imagine the world in which that is the case. I really wish we had put Adrenaline Rush on Boudica, but we'd be lacking a way to reduce exhaustion. Oh good, another whiskey barrel. Oh my gosh. We hit a 50-50 on that and it's 75-25. The humanity. The humanity. But yeah, I think nonetheless, given that Boudica has wasting sickness, as much as I would like to keep it, Bloodlust is hitting the cutting room floor. We did pick up a mastery, so we're 1 of 2. We need but 1 more mastery to make all of this worth it. The reason that I'm mentioning that, ooh, not bad. Okay, at least we're getting all positives. We had the option of going to the sprawl where we could get 2 mastery if we were able to keep the torch up, which is its own kind of challenge, obviously. So I'm going to work to reduce things. We're going to go for a blind here. And our goal, I think, it's hard to... Yeah, I think we do this. We're gonna try and burn this guy down, and then we'll get some healing going. We're doing ounce for the stress resist. The blind comes in big. Ooh, and Jinx procs. Love to see that. Although we would have gotten the combo anyways, so... There seems to be a new delay in health bars updating and dots showing up, I'm noticing. That's a little curious. Wait, what happened there? Did anyone else just see that? The tooltip briefly said plus 24. I'll take one of those, please. Wait, what is that in the tooltip? Okay, that's the... Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna hope that the big dude falls over. Please die. Boo. Boo, I say. You hate to see that. Let's see. Well. Get rid of you now. Yeah, there's definitely some funny visual glitches that are currently seem to have been introduced by the latest patch. Let's see. No one has the ability to hit stealth targets, and everybody is going. So I think I'll do this because she will be able to... Okay, so we have to... Here's a weird situation. We can do this. 8 to 14, 15% chance to crit. Hey, Squid! Welcome. Definitely not another 8-hour stream today. Probably just 5. But so here's the thing. If I destroy this corpse and get a bit of healing on our grave robber, I will be forfeiting Boudica's only action, which is to hit the corpse. So I can't do that. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do this, because I also don't want to pirouette, because if I pirouette, Sarmenti is going to be out of position for the potential stress that Boudica is going to get from this incoming hit. And I want to be able to do a stress heal before we finish the fight. So, no stress was gained. The game loves doing this. Okay, but we did get a stress here, so that's good. We like that. I really don't want to finish the fight right now until Sarmenti goes. So we're gonna delay this one a little bit. 4 and 2. All right. Yeah, and then we get the stress heal. That's why we upgraded that. But yeah, the bottom bars seem to have some visual artifacts of the smoothness of things. They've been tinkering and tweaking the order in which things show up quite a bit. Why did those... I guess that's just nervous proccing again. We're not going to get to another... we're not going to get to another proc, but we can use the Grave Robber's Dead of Night ability to get a little bit of healing in, at least. But then, unfortunately, Boudica is going to stay right here. So, might as well go for the high crit chance on Howling End. And beginning of next fight, we'll be able to take her stress back down to something more reasonable. And I seem to remember we had a road battle just on the horizon. Beautiful. The second mastery means that this was the more mastery-rich direction to go. So that validates my choice to go to the sleuth. Oh, cart was moving before we could see it. So we have a road battle immediately before we have to choose, and then I think we can wait until after. Okay, that was not a road battle. Noted. So here's what I'm thinking. I would love to go to the academic study, but I think we go to the resistance encounter. It takes stress off of these two. Boudica picks up a stress, but we're going to be working Boudica's stress down anyways. And then Paracelsus can absorb a little bit of stress. And we get another 2 chances at mastery this way. Yeah, I think I'll do that. We're definitely not going to the cultists. I tell you what. We don't need that in our life. So yeah, it was strange. We had a blockage that was fully across the road, but it did not work the way that I thought it was going to work. I think we can hold off one turn on getting Boudica going to get these two going, because they're gonna mess with our fun. 60% chance. Okay, we got him. That's good. I wanted to control her attack, although not all that great. And then you're dead. I think we're gonna go ounce. I'm really leaning on this stress resist. I think it's worth it. This ounce is also great for building relationships early on, so I don't think there's any harm. But bad rolls here could have Boudica go over the deep end. All right, I'm actually kind of happy that that last hit was not on Boudica. We'll try and nurse this one for 2 more stress heals. Okay, good stuff. Because this one should put her at 5. Move this guy forward potentially. But yeah, unfortunately, these little ghouls are not... Is that what they're called? They're not ghouls. Lost souls. The lost souls are not great to stall out against because of their tendency to chomp. There goes most of the stress healing that we had gotten. Where's my 60% crits? I seem to have left them in my other pants. My other pantaloons. We're going to want to do one more stress heal, so we'll do that, and then that would put her at 4, so that's not terrible. And since we're getting no road healing on her, I think that's always the play. This should put her right back on 5, thanks to, Okay, we didn't get the stress there, so we will net out a little better stress-wise. Get you healed up. We're waiting on Sarmenti to apply that sweet, sweet tune of inspiration. And now there's nothing left to do but drop the axe.
A simple solution.
Okay, so I think we turned out all right. Mastery? Big mastery? No mastery. It was a pretty busted result there, but that's okay. Onward. But yeah, anytime I take the sluice, like, I'm primarily interested in as many fights as I can possibly get. How is the relationship situation going over here? We're only negative on Audrey and Sarmenti. That's pretty good. And Paracelsus and Sarmenti are almost fast friends. Alright, well, we're ruining someone's relationship with Boudica. I guess Paracelsus can absorb the most of it. This will also get us the other relationship poppin'. So, we'll do that. I like to keep everybody in the yellow, if at all possible. So...
One without the other.
Another skeever. My lucky day. That anemic, the 10% on anemic is feeling like 100%. We'll get the harvest here, but the skeever is definitely going to do some skeevy things, and we're going to have to save it for later. So Jason, paths aren't too exciting. We have a physician in the back rank. And I hate this. I hate that I'm going to be doing a heal here, but losing Boudica's turn is unfortunate. We have a physician in the back and a Deadeye in the front on our grave robber, and that's about all she wrote. Now this is unfortunate. Sarmenti is out of position for what I needed them for, but we'll be able to use Fade to Black, and then I think Boudica's going to be okay. But yeah, Physician and Deadeye. We had a Bulwark Man-at-Arms, but Boudica has Jinx, which I wanted to play around a bit with. So here we are playing around a bit with Jinx. I did have a Man-at-Arms Jinx one, which was once that was super fast, super fun. But this is good too. Anytime you have a tank with Jinx, there's some fun interplay there for sure. Now, I'm worried that I think you're already roasted. Yeah, you are. So I think we just hit you with that. And then it's going to be the Inspiring Tune faux show. And then unfortunately, I think Boudica's a little low. I don't think she's going to be able to Adrenaline Rush. Yeah. So I'll do that instead. Take a bit more heat on her. You're both going. So Disorienting Blast isn't going to do us any good because Paracelsus is going before them. If Paracelsus was like the anchor in this party, we could have delayed this guy's turn a bit later. I believe so, Jason. That is something that we can check though. Let's see. What's our plan here? We want Boudica to do Adrenaline Rush. We also want Paracelsus to do a heal. So I think we full delay here. What are the chances of this being a kill? 3 to 6? It's too high to do, unfortunately. Yeah, we're gonna fully stall this one out one round. We're not gonna get the kill, but we have the blind, so I think it is more important that we get Boudica healed. Boudica picked up Wasting Sickness. So that said 24 and then did 8. So that's another bug that we've discovered. But yes. Oh, so that was a miss, and it did give weakness. So yes, Jinx activates even on misses. Now we know. Oh, and of course, it would have been the optimal way. But we get one more heal this way. We don't have enough stress to get the stress heal, so might as well do it that way. There we go. That was a good round. But yeah, Wasting Sickness means that we get no on-the-road healing. So we definitely need to be a little careful that we're topping Boudica up so that we're not going into fights in terrible circumstances. Now, Minor Wolf's Blood I have always found to be too dangerous. The Minor Cleansing Charm, I don't mind having a little bit less of that. And then, yeah, we'll toss those two there. That gets us enough space. That looks like another road battle. If we get 3 mastery, this will be a banner. It seems like there's more things spanning across the road that look like road battles but are not. That or I'm just hallucinating. This is definitely a road battle. Let's see. It would be inspiringly greedy of me to Inspiring Tune right now. I'm gonna blind this guy. I don't wanna mess about with it. There's a temptation to pirouette here. I don't think anything that Paracelsus is doing requires them to be in the back rank. But how much is this actually gonna do? 6 to 11? That would give us another blind next turn. I'll do it. That felt really underwhelming, but that's okay. Let's do that. The 4 damage was not going to make a big difference on him, and I do want to get the rest of that out there. And then one of these guys is inevitably going to do that. I'm going to do this simply for the disorient does nothing, but the chance that the weakness was potentially worth something. So this guy is going to have to do Goring Flight. I think that's the only thing he can do from the back. So, yeah, Gore, not Goring Flight, excuse me. Goring Flight is a different attack, I think. Let's try and put this guy in the ground here. I don't know that it's going to happen, but...
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
12. That's not bad. It's going to be a while before Audrey gets to go, thanks to the days, unfortunately. But we can still get her going before, before our large friend. Oh, the vulnerable is going to be nice, too. Almost anything would have been better than Wasting Sickness, so I'm a little disappointed that we we didn't get that. There's a small chance of a kill here. 5 to 9, so the crit would get it on a 6 or above. He already has a bleed, so the 7 to 11 is actually better, and the 70%. So let's do that. Yeah, that was the play. We were right on the cusp there. Now we're hoping Sarmenti goes before Paracelsus so we can get the heal. So that was about right. Yep. Never lucky in that regard. That is a lot of negative buffs, though, I will say. 5 to 9. So, except on a high roll crit, this doesn't get the kill. Which... I don't know that I care. It's going to be a while before Boudica is going to be able to do much anything. Weakened and blinded. What are you going to do? Pick the person with the dodge, and yep, I guess that's a thing that one can do. So I'm going to move our Deadeye forward because we need to get some healing going on Boudica. Doesn't matter what we do here. That was lovely, though. No blind available. Uh-oh. We are in danger of not getting the kill here. Oh, Pirouette's going to come in big for us? Nope. Yes, Jason, we were talking about there's definitely a bug there. So do we have any way to hit this guy? We are going to get an action after with Boudica, and Boudica is going to have to get the kill. So we're just going to have to kill time here. But we do get the kill, much thanks to... There's no way Boudica with one winded can't get the kill, right? I guess we're going to find out. It would be very embarrassing for Boudica if she can't do 4 damage. 6 to 11, 7 to 13. Alright, we do succeed in the battle, but keeping Boudica's stress down has been a challenge. Roast Pig is insane. Covert Cloak is... If Flame is less than 40. Okay, so basically all we're getting is the Death Blow ignoring component of that. I will still put it on Audrey. There's a temptation to put Lunge on Audrey, but it is a small temptation. Good set of in items, though, for sure. We might as well... I guess we never even equipped all of these, did we? Oh, what's going on here? I can't open character sheets right now? Okay, I can... Ah, so right-clicking on characters is also broken. No, Infernal Flame is still in the still inside my my bags over here. I think for now, tossing some shock dust on someone would have been smart previously. We'll just do that. There. But yeah, right-clicking on characters was momentarily broken there. 7 leagues. We might have one more something or other here. Nice, nice.
They revel in debauchery, debasing themselves in the face
It is fight or fight. How's your guys' relationship? Boudica's struggling to make friends a little bit here. Is it going to be Skeever number 3? It is going to be Skeever number 3. Wow, that was unexpected. We've been having great luck with dodges not working, I will say. Maybe there's a current bug where all dodges land. I think it is better for me to put up the blind if I can land it here. All right, yeah, you win some, you lose some on that one. It's a little scary. That was a big hit. Yep, those are big hits. Be super cool if this last pig, oh. That remains a bug. I guarantee it. The ping to someone else, ping back thing is so consistent. It happens so consistently. That was horse hockey. I guess it gets our relationship in control, but we're gonna have some work to do for sure. Ooh, bad roll there. We did get the kill, but that was not. That ain't it. Let's see, so Skeever's already dead. I think we just go for the stress resist.
Empowered, emboldened.
But yeah, that Death's Door meltdown was a super bummer. And I do not think I was playing, I don't think I was playing the dangerous game, as it were. Like, taking what, 3 stress there because of the crit was unexpected. Now, you have literally no way to even do a single damage, so this guy's gonna survive. I think I'd rather, no. Having 1 gone is better.
A righteous action.
Oh, I bet Jason. I haven't even thought about that. For sure, that would be that would feel pretty bad. Does that? Okay, Ragged Shank, Ragged Hook, and Fouled Shank do have a stress component that I had just forgotten about. Very conveniently forgotten about. Jason, that's when you know things have really gotten weird, is when you're like, this is so restricting. Playing the game playing this game that is. Because the sequel is less restricted that I've never played. That's next level. Oh, no mastery is a bummer. Ooh, his rings though. Apply on crit range skills. Poison dart. Ooh. Hey, that's great. That lines up perfectly with the way that I'm playing her, which is all poison darts all the time. As we get more combo, that will become even more beneficial. We'll put that there and that there, and then I think I used a chalk dust and a pouch. I didn't use a pouch of lye. Let's put the milk-soaked linen there and we'll just get rid of that. Yeah, that is happening in February, Jason. So I wouldn't say right around the corner, but soon enough. We got 1 more fight in us here. 1 more chance for mastery. This fight is a little spooky for us, if I'm being honest. So much dodge, and we don't have that reliable a taunt engine.
An unavoidable end.
Let's see, 2, and you're at 6. High roll here. Yeah, we'll go for the high roll. All right, we didn't get it. That's okay. Ah, the non-action means that we essentially high rolled. Let's see. We're going to use a flaxseed oil to remove
Weaken them.
another dodge token, and then I do think this for the disease resist and the blight resist are both worth it. One thing that I will say is, I mean, problematic is too strong a word. Oh, bloody flux. We have upgraded. It's not great. It's not great. Let's see. We have no combo to take advantage of. You're already dead. So what is this? Is 7 to 11. This is 5 to 9. 7 to 11 feels a lot better. 20% chance. Yeah. The low roll makes me instantly filled with regret, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. The chalk dust is not useful. I do think I'm gonna err on the side of caution because we've had so many issues with meltdowns in this new patch. Yeah, she's taking less healing now because of bloody flux. I want to keep the taunt up. She's I don't want Audrey all of a sudden taking a bunch of hits, and concentrating the stress is the best way to keep the stress in check for sure. But yeah, one thing, I haven't seen a roadmap in a while, but I'm really wondering when the next hero is getting added to Darkest Dungeon 2. I'm very like eagerly anticipating the next hero. So I'm gonna put the blight. I was gonna try and put the blight there, but yeah, I really want another hero, and it seems like you know, not to be overly critical, but it's taking a long time. I felt like it wasn't that far on the roadmap. I was convinced, I think, that the Cove update was gonna come with that. Oh, who had the? Did I forget to use? No, the chalk dust is on Sarmenti, who has not gone yet. Okay, so I haven't missed it yet. We're going to have to heal a little more aggressively because Boudica now has minus healing from that. So the answer is no, not the worries. What is there something that has caused her to have insanely low disease resist? So the one that was data mined on like day one of this all beginning was the Bounty Hunter. Not the one that I am necessarily looking forward to most, but it is the one that I believe there's already code in the game for. And then let's see, Boudica's going next, so I think it's safe to go Emboldening Vapors. What's your relationship? You two are inseparable and you're preventing healing? I will not stand for this. Maybe we just get rid of this. But yeah, so I think the Bounty Hunter is the closest to completion. I would really love to see the Houndmaster come in, though. The Houndmaster was an old favorite of mine from Darkest Dungeon, and I think there is the potential that the Houndmaster will come with as another viable stress healer to round out our stress healers. Like the Man-at-Arms as a stress healer is great, obviously, right? We love the Man-at-Arms. Okay, we need to go fast here. But yeah, but having a tank who is also a stress healer is quite rough. So I'm going to debuff move resist here and disorienting blast, which better shift this guy forward. If it didn't, I was going to lose my mind. And now we should be able to get the kill without too much trouble. Yeah, good. We probably would have gotten it anyways, even without the shift. But yeah, Boudica's been through like 7 diseases. Ooh. And I am saddened to see that we did not get a mastery. But yeah, so I would love to see more stress healers. I'd also love to see a another major healer come in. Someone else who can rival the Plague Doctor in terms of healing. This is an easy put here. And we're very close. We're 3 leagues to the inn. Single burn solve can go. Yeah, they're... excuse me, sorry. I got lost in my own reflections. But yeah, it is... A tank needs to be a tank basically full time. The action economy doesn't work out where Barristan can be stress healing because... Oh, I love the way... That didn't used to be like that, I don't think, with the sluice having like a little window up at the top. But yeah, so Barristan has too many things going on. Oh, that's very frustrating. Also, there's something going on with the RNG. Because we have too nervous, too soft. Like, it does seem like there's some patterns here. But look at this. For the sluice, gets wasting disease, gets bloody flux, gets the worry. The worries. Love it. Oh, that's right. With DD1, couldn't you have multiple diseases? Am I remembering that correctly? Bad. Okay, so that's... Oh, you have resolution. Is there any way that we're going to be able to handle that? We only got 2 mastery. That's a bit of a bummer. We did pick up a jumbo trunk. That's good. So let's see. Do we have anybody that's in, like, real danger of melting down if we get a negative pop? No. We have 1 bad relationship, basically. Oh, but Boudica can't do that. We don't really have... Let's see what we have in the Provisioner. Greater Clotting Cure is good, not great. Wild Tea I'm definitely buying. Candles and Chocolate, very tempting. Okay, Wild Tea we definitely buy. We have a lot of bad quirks right now. Candles and Chocolate, also very good. Pipeweed. The Whiskey Barrel is a higher expected outcome, but can't be used on Boudica. So I think we're unlikely to get rid of that. Songbook of Rousing Tunes is also quite good, but I want to be sensitive that we're not spending all our money here. So let's see. So first of all, starting off, you have Nervous and Soft. So I'm going to use the Wild Tea. Oh, it might blow up Jinx. 25% chance to blow up Jinx. Ugh. We have so many bad perks here right now. I'm gonna accept the Soft for now because I don't want to get rid of Jinx. So let's do that. We got rid of Nervous. It didn't proc the bad one, which is good news. And then you and Audrey are gonna get this. Give me the good stuff. How much did you get there? I think that was just a 2 proc. We'll do this one. Another resolution. Oh, that looked like it ended more bad than good. The Feast is a big come up. You picked up Bon Vedant. Okay. So what are our relationships looking like now? We've almost got Boudica and Audrey. Yeah, our relationships are actually looking pretty good. It's not terrible. Okay, we'll keep the whittling tools for now. I always should look where we're going first. Resist. 3 resistance encounters. Very likely we're going to do that. Plus 200% scouting, or plus 200% hoarders. We could potentially pick up a transformative trinket that way, so I think the Tangle is the play. Then if we know we're going to the Tangle... There's no... Other than this spiked ball, we don't have a lot of ways to trigger the taproot. Which is what I always think about when going. So for our combat items, we have no taproot triggers also. We also haven't bought any food. I think I'm just going to buy 2 stale bread. I hate to do it, but we found the sluice is not a place to go for food. We've learned that the hard way. Book of Creative Insults can go here. Grab that there, and then we'll keep the rest. So Mastery. 2 whole Mastery points. Wow, game. Thanks. Poison Dart is a massive upgrade for us. We're using it basically every turn without fail. And then I wish that when paths modified skills, the modified version of the skill had a scaling factor too. So to give you an example of this, if we close the mastery for a second here, right, the physician, you get 15% stress resist out of ounce of prevention. I would love if that went up to 20 when you got there. Do we pick up 2 tactical thinkers? Tactical thinker is insanely good, so I'm not going to complain about that. But we'll probably start overriding positive quirks pretty soon here. And so then what is the other skill that we upgrade? I think it's probably toe-to-toe. 3 taunt is huge, and also removing winded is huge. Toe-to-toe as an upgrade is just nasty. Star signifies the impactfulness of the trait, which is weird because Jinx should absolutely have a star next to it. But yeah, I believe it's how big and impactful it is, which is weird because the Jinx not having it kind of is immediately a counterpoint to that. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, we're going to the Tangle. We need to pick up some more items to trigger the taproot so that we can go full bore on damage. And we're going to be a little weak in this region, I fear. But you gotta do what you gotta do.